Okay, there you are. Oh, okay. I guess we're live. I didn't know. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lavern Spicer Show and the Hood Conservatives. Where all my hoodies at? I'm waiting on all my hoodies to come on in this room. Where y'all at? Where are you at? Where? Oh, there y'all. Hey, Elma. And my guest today is she's going to introduce herself and tell you a little. Hi, Nora. Always, talk to my guests. But go ahead on.
Hello, I'm from the Perkins Report. My name is
Everybody,
Leticia
where
Victoria
my hoodies? Where
Perkins.
my hoodies? Where my hoodies? Where my hoodies at? Where my hoodies at? Go ahead, Leticia.
I am Leticia Victoria Perkins from the Perkins Report, and I'm here live, ready to support Miss Lavern. Let's get into it. Let's show them. Tell them.
Okay, hoodies represent. Laurie Carter, love you back. All my hoodies represent. Where my hoodies at? Where my hoodies? And let me tell you, when I talk about the hoodies doesn't mean that you stay in the hood. The hood is the people. When you think about a hood, like if you wear a jacket and you have on what you call a hoodie, the hood is going to cover you, right? It's gonna cover your head, like if it's raining, you have on a jacket, that type of thing. So when I'm talking about a hoodie, I'm talking about the people that are out here covering. Thank you, innocent OG. I'm talking about the people that are out here fighting for this country, and standing up against all of the whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say no bad words. I just got on the show. I'm trying to like mellow out. I don't know if that's possible.
Probably not.
Okay, somebody said they from the hood, but I don't live there, and I don't want to live there. All right, okay, but anyway, it's all good. Just waiting for my hoodies to get on in here. Gee, what we looking like? Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, well, anyway, okay, we got 500 people on with us, so we're gonna go ahead
Uh-oh.
and
Uh-oh.
start. Yes, we are hood conservatives. We are hood conservatives. We're gonna talk about that debate. We got a lot of important information we want to share with you. And also, a lot of people have their ballots. Omarosa, if you got any information you want to drop in, please let me know. I'll put it on out there for you. Hoodies are hungry for the news. All right, let's get it rolling. So, first of all, I want to go ahead on and start with a G. You could put on that clip with about the guy that's talking about the flood in North Carolina and what is really going on there. And I want to say that I am born and raised in North Carolina, so my heart really goes out for the people and for everybody that suffered from this storm. But I think that our government should be doing more to help these people that are suffering, because if we could spend money to help all these other countries, hey, Battleborn. Okay, I see you. So if we could do more, to help these, we could doing everything to help these other countries. So why not help the
Yep.
people here? So G, can you run that clip for me?
North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know, I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, AKA like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
That is really hard to digest. You know, I remember, let me see. It was about, let me see, what year was that? When we had a flood in the eastern part of North Carolina. And like he was saying, we had never had a flood there. It had never been a flood there in so many years. So many people did not have the flood insurance. So a lot of people end up losing their homes. We had graveyards that, the tombs was just floating down the street. The farms got flooded. The animals was flooded and just floating down the street. So, this is a catastrophe, right? So, what I'm saying is this. First of all, we know that Chile so far has been like the largest source of lithium. So now what they have done is destroy these people farms to try to buy them out so they can open up and expand their lithium programs here. And they want that land there because you have the largest source of lithium there. They want them to be able to expand their farms there, and that's what they're going to try to do to these people. So it's just sad that the government will really go to this length. And then on top of that, they are not even trying to help these people because Kamala said she's going to put up $750 to give to these people, and that's only for the people that are already getting government subsidized subsidies.
Wow.
But what about the regular people, At least we thank God that Trump, he stepped up. He went there to help. Ivana Trump also, she flew a plane in to give them resources. But in our governor here, DeSantis, also went there to help those people in the Carolinas that are suffering. And so what they are saying now, if people are coming in, our government is trying to stop them from getting the help that they need, and that's sad. But put up that little clip that show how many billions we're giving to the UKG and everywhere else. Well, Leticia, you could go ahead and put it up in a...
Yeah, that's crazy. We got money for all these illegals, especially in the sanctuary states like California. Oh, there he goes. He put it up.
Okay, 8.7 billion in military aid for Israel. 8 billion in military aid for the Ukraine, which was recently, but of course they are out of money, according to them. 561 million in military support for Taiwan. $750 for one-time emergency assistance payment for the American victims of Hurricane Helene. Y'all know That's a real shitty deal right there. That's
That's ugly.
very sad.
You can't even stay in a hotel for 1 week with that.
You're absolutely right. And
God.
Biden did say that he had a cold. He would have to wait till Friday to go out. And I did have that clip, but we're not going to show it. You can go find that for yourself. Okay. But what type of people do we have in office that keep putting the American people last? It's obvious they don't care about us.
No. And he doesn't. Why does he need to wait to get better to go over there? Why can't he just send the money just like they do to the other countries? And these sanctuary states, you have people getting off the bus and the plane here in California, and they've already got a loaded Visa card waiting for them, hotel vouchers and food stamp card with thousands on them. Yet you got people working 2 part-time jobs and getting minimum wage, and they don't qualify because they make 27 cents more than what the government says you're supposed to make to qualify, which is
Okay.
ridiculous.
But this is the thing, right? Okay. So if you make, if you're low income, right? And they give you, say like you get a job, you making $20 or $30 an hour, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
still not going to be enough to pay your rent and take care of your kids. Because
No,
if you
well,
have
no.
3 or 4 kids and your kids are going to daycare, that daycare is going to be at least $200 a week per child, right? Then you got to pay your rent, your insurance, your car notes, or whatever, just all your responsibilities. So by the time you get through with that,
Yep.
it's like nothing left.
And the gas prices here in California are one of the highest in the nation. So one of your jobs is just going to be for you to be putting gas in your car to get to work and then paying your car insurance. Yet you step foot off that bus and you can register to vote with no ID, no papers, no nothing. You got a cell phone waiting for you, which the taxpayers are paying the bill for that. Your food stamp card is loaded with thousands, rather you have 1 child or 13 children. You've got full dental, medical, and vision. And if you want to have a sex change, just pop on into the welfare office
Oh
and they'll
yeah,
let
it's
you
no
do that.
problem for that. It's no problem for that. Our government is going to cover your sex change, especially if you're in prison and you would like to have a sex change. They already put the funds up for that,
Yeah.
but nothing for the people here that are suffering and really going through. That's the sad part.
This administration is a disgrace. And Kamala should be known as the America last candidate, because that's all she does is put the American people last. And that's if they're even on her list. She doesn't, I mean, $750, what are you supposed to do with that?
Nothing. What can they
That
do with that? Absolutely nothing.
yeah, this is if people aren't awake now, I mean, I don't know what else is gonna wake them up. Joe Biden has been asleep his whole presidency. Kamala claims that when she gets in office, things are going to be great. Does she not know she's already in office?
I don't think so because I really don't think that she knows that. I don't think that she even has a clue. And the sad part is how many people that actually support her with her bullshit. That's the part that I'm like, how
And
can
what are
they
you guys
support this
supporting?
lady?
What are you supporting? I don't understand. She's not doing shit now. She didn't do nothing when she was DA in California. Not she What are you guys supporting? Illegals coming over here and then you got to get a fourth job because they want a sex change, and then they're going to get pregnant, have another kid, and their food stamps are going to go up on the taxpayer dollar. Nobody can name one good thing that this person has done. Her and Joe Biden have made America a complete disgrace. I would not want to come here. This is
Right.
crazy, because once you do, if you want to start working when you come here, it's like you're going to be working for people's sex changes. You got robbers and murderers being let out of prison, and it's like, what are you guys voting for? For what? To have the right to have an abortion? Gavin Newsom tells everybody to come on over to California. All the taxpayers have enough money for you to get an abortion, and they're paying $2,600 in the hood for a junior bedroom. A junior bedroom is a fancy name for a freaking studio.
Same thing here. Same thing here.
I mean, this is crazy. Anybody voting for Kamala needs to look in the mirror, and it's going to get worse. It really is going to get worse. I mean, how many more kids do we have to see on TV that have been murdered by an illegal and the government spits in their face by letting the killer out? We are not safe under this administration. They need to bring
We're
Trump
not
back
safe because
immediately.
how can you be safe when she said, Mr. Battleboro, what was the Battleboro one? Just inbox me, please. You can inbox me.
You ask her any questions, she starts talking.
B76 inbox me. So anyway, this is the thing. This lady is allowing illegals into our country, right?
Yeah,
So if you take a look at those illegals that are coming in, it's mostly men.
yeah,
And they look like, like they've been working out and
yep,
stuff. And it's obvious that these people have a mission. They are emptying their prisons, sending them here.
yep.
Yesterday, and I did not put this one in, I saw an article. It was two guys that was illegals driving a U-Haul with 7 people in the back of the U-Haul that they basically had kidnapped and was holding those people hostage. Okay?
Oh,
So they were trafficking those people. So, I mean, we're not safe and our government doesn't care. So it's like at this point, the citizens have to
rise the
protect.
hell up. They need to rise up.
Citizens have to protect themselves at this point in the game because we are no longer safe. Your homes are no longer safe. Your
Yep,
kids are no longer safe. We are on our own
yep.
with this present administration that's in office right now.
People need to start making chapters in every city to get ready, because if voting doesn't go right in November, what are we supposed to do? Just sit here to take? We need to take America back, and that means physically defending our country, our constitutional rights, our children, our property. It's nobody wants war, but it seems like that's the only way to get these people out of here. They came here, like you said, they're all fit, they're ready to fight. So people need to start gearing up because the election is right around the corner.
Right. No, the election is now because a lot of people have already received their absentee ballots,
True.
And they have already started trying to steal the election because it was in one of those states. They had over, I think it was like maybe 20 or 30,000 ballots or more from
Wow.
dead people, dead people that are voting. So, we really need people in those polling stations watching, taking notes on what's going on so we can stop that steal. And that's why people should be using their ID to vote.
Well, in California, they say you don't even need one here. Gavin Newsom has now said that you don't need an ID. Once you get your ass off the bus, they're signing you up to be a Democrat. And guess what? That's it. You are now a Democrat, and you will be voting for Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim. They're gonna put tampons everywhere, whether you like it or not. There's going to be tampons in places where people don't even need it. They don't even need no damn tampons in the men's bathroom. But tampon 10, that's exactly what's going to happen. So buckle up, America, and make sure that you protect your vote. I think we should start something online where after you vote for Trump, you should post who you voted for. What are they going to do? Ban and censor everybody and erase all of our
Absolutely
posts?
right. Because so we won't have 81 million ghostly motherfuckers to pop
Right.
up from the goddamn graveyard from somewhere. We don't need that kind of action. Hi, Trevian, I don't see you. Oh, there you
Hello.
are. Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon. Hello, Lavern's Hood Conservative World.
All right, conservative girls in the house. Now,
Hello.
I wanted to say this, right? She said, Tinkerbell, tell. Let's talk about that debate. I want to talk
Whew.
about that debate. And I watched that debate, and I was tweeting on that debate, right? So one thing that never ceases to remind me is every debate, the J6 thing always comes up. They always want to talk about the J6 thing, right?
Lord.
But what I was waiting on, which never happened, I wanted to know why in the fuck tampon Timmy think that tampons belong in the boys' bathroom. That's
Probably
what
because
the
his
fuck.
ass use them. Because he uses them. So he wants them, every other man to use them. That's why he says, shit, if I can get him, I want you guys to be able to get him on the taxpayer dollar. That's exactly why. He wants everybody to have that same feeling. When you need a tampon, men just turn around, there'll be one right there by the paper
In
towels.
the boys' bathroom. Next gonna be the men's bathroom.
He's very effeminate. He's very feminine. If you watch his mannerisms and all
Yep.
the dancing, and I
Yep.
don't know how women marry men like that, because it would always give me the down low, vibe. That bell would be going off in my head.
Right.
I definitely think he's a booty bumper. There's no
That's
question.
What you
Their
call it?
their relationship is one of business, and I get it. I know a lot of people with business relationships, but he's definitely a booty bumper. And that ruling of his in Minnesota to put tampons in the boys' bathroom is just a small remnant of what we'll see happening to our boys.
And the sad thing is, a lot of people
Yep.
think it's nothing wrong with that. Like, what in the fuck would a boy need a goddamn tampon? These motherfuckers here is it's like just unfucking believable. It's just unfucking believable.
Well,
You
fast
know,
forward to the next 10 years. If we don't do something now, fast forward. Our kids and our grandkids are going to be looking at us like, well, they were testing the waters back in 2020. You guys didn't do a damn thing when they stole the election. You thought they weren't going to try to do nothing in 2024? Fast forward. Like this clown Gavin Newsom says he wants to run for president in the next election. You can't even handle California.
hold on.
And you
Let me
want to
address
run
this.
for president?
When I get on my show, I be trying to be nice and considerate, right? But I'm gonna just say this for now. The what's that Manarano Festo that say Lavern is a Haitian? Bitch, I'm not a Haitian. I am American. Black. My daddy is black. American, born and raised in the fucking Carolinas. My people are from fucking Carolina. I did not come here from Haiti. But guess what? If I was a Haitian or whatever I am, I'm gonna be fucking proud of that.
I know that's right.
Trust and believe that. If I'm a Haitian, I'm gonna be fucking proud of that. But bitch, you got your shit wrong. I am not a Haitian. See, they gotta understand something. Now, when you put the fucked up comments under my posts, I may not say shit, but bitch, you get on the show because I'm gonna call your motherfucking ass out.
That
You
part.
can best believe that. You can best believe that. So
you know what? I think
oh my God.
what my most powerful part that I pulled out of that debate was when JD was talking about the First Amendment, because that right there it's on its last leg in this country right now. I mean, if you can remember all of us, this is, my Twitter account right now is my fourth Twitter.
Good afternoon, Black and Empower.
Right.
We see y'all. We see y'all. We see the comments. We'll give y'all some time today. How about that?
Right.
But let me let y'all know, trolls, y'all throw that dumb shit in here. I'm straight cussing y'all ass out. I don't have the time and energy for that. I'm straight cussing y'all dumb motherfuckers. Baby, just believe that.
Oh,
But
Lord.
motherfucking that, you got it straight from my mouth. I'm not a motherfucking Haitian. Okay, I am a Black American. Okay,
and let me back up on that and tell them my family were never slaves. So don't even put me in a category where you can talk about me. My family was never slaves. We were the original free Black men in this country. So before you start talking, remember who you're talking to.
That part. That part right there.
Those are supporters for Kamala, putting their fucking 2 cents in.
And I'm gonna
Supporters for
put my
Kamala.
foot straight up their ass. So we also gonna be putting some shit up today. How about that? How about that?
We already
That's why my motherfucking show come with a parental advisory.
Right.
So you better do that shit before you bring your motherfucking ass up here with the bullshit, okay? Because I'm gonna give it to you straight. My name is Joy, bitch, not Lavern.
Oh Lord.
I love you, Lavern. You just let me have it.
She's good.
24/7. They don't be ready.
Right. She does never holds back.
Let me tell you something. Okay, now y'all, let's go on back to the debate, right? So what about Timmy when he said when she asked him about the Hong Kong thing and he never was in Hong Kong? So You know, when you grow up, right? Especially in them black households, your mom always tell you lie about little things.
You'll
What
lie
they
about
say?
everything. That's factual. That's the truth. If you lie about small things, you will lie about everything because there's no reason to lie about small things.
So why you got to lie about if you was in the military or not? Just tell the truth, bitch, because they gonna go pull that shit up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
why you lying
All the time.
about that?
All the time. Every time they're going to pull it up. Him saying, look, I got caught up in the banter and, I misspoke. Okay, well, I'm surprised at how no one spoke about his misspoken military record. Like every time they give you that window, even though I thought JD did an amazing job, I thought he carried the
Oh
election.
yeah.
I thought he did an extraordinarily, pinpoint conversation on the major topics. I thought he did an amazing job about that. But when they open, they talk about threats to democracy. No one still, even Donald Trump in his debate, never brought it to the table to where they said not a single person voted for Kamala to be in this position running for president. That she is the biggest threat to our democracy.
Oh yeah.
These points that are not being brought up, it scares me because it's like those are the stab, conversations that no one will have an answer for.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering why they're missing these points because even when Trump missed it, JD Vance is not ignorant. He's a very well spoken, put together man.
Very
That was
well
the point that
spoken.
he should have
Very
covered.
well.
And
And
I'm like,
what
why
I
are
like,
y'all missing that point?
see
So
what I like about JD Vance is this, right? See, JD Vance came up hard because he had a mom that was on
addicted.
drugs. He had a
You're a drug
drug
addict.
addiction.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine what he must have went through as a child because a lot of people go through a lot of hard situations when you have a parent that is on that's addicted, right? Like I was a foster parent, and one thing I know, like with my babies that I had in my home, like if you had a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old that were siblings, then the 4-year-old kid was the mother to the 3-year-old and the 2-year-old, right? So when the baby would cry, the 4-year-old would go and take care of that child, whether it meant
Right.
changing the pampers, whether it meant getting
Yeah.
that child milk, right? Or whatever they needed to do, that
I'm the
4-year-old
oldest of
would take
seven, so I
something
can I
for
can back
the
that
mother.
story up. So yes.
So, this man has a heart of compassion
Yeah.
because
Yep.
he know what people go through that are trying to make the ends meet. And I feel like that's the part that Republicans miss out sometimes because they feel like everybody should be self uh, sufficient, but people sometimes have other situations in their life. And I will always talk about this because, like I said, I have friends that are taking care of their mom. The mom is blind, got two more brothers that's blind, got an artistic child, and everybody's in the house. And this one person has to take care of everybody. So that's why I said there are always situations that happen in people's life, so you can't just judge somebody by the fact that you got friends in high places. So when you came or graduated from high school, then they gave you a job making $90,000 like Chelsea Clinton had.
Yep. Yep.
For those that have those silver spoons in their mouth, it's
Yep.
always easy to sit back and make a judgment. But each home should be judged individually. And also with our senior population, especially for those people that was born in the 30s or the 40s, the cost of living was extremely low. So now
Mhm.
their checks are really small. I see people that seniors that are getting like $60 and $70 a month that they're trying to live off of that. You know,
Sheesh. While
so
illegals get 3,000 a month in food
uh
stamps.
seven what it is, 15,000 in Chicago and
Gee
five
whiz.
thousand in cash assistance.
It's 12,000 in Chicago, 13,000 in Chicago,
Who in the
Thirteen
hell eats
thousand
that
in
much
Chicago.
groceries?
in IB or EBT. Yeah.
Wow. Who in the
Yes.
hell eats that much food in a month?
They do. But this is the
What
thing. They
the
all live in
hell?
one household. So now a lot of them are working. So they are pooling that money together. These illegals are now buying food trucks and buying different small businesses. Now they are business owners with EIN numbers, with
Wow.
LLCs. This is what's happening in the state of Illinois, and they are allowing it. They're
This would
coming.
never happen under Trump. This would never
Would never
happen
happen.
under Trump. He puts America first. Kamala, like I said, they should
And that's
rename
what
her
we need.
America
We need
Last.
somebody gonna put America first, put the American people first. And for you other motherfuckers that are supporting Kamala, y'all motherfuckers are Marxists and communists
Yep.
and with that fucking uniparty because they are looking to destroy this country, and it's
Yeah.
obvious they don't care anything about the American people.
At
And
all.
thank you for the
Wonder why
2,000 people. Thank you, special thank you for the over 2,000 people that have joined in on this show. But go ahead,
Wonder
ladies.
why we're not talking about Byron Donald's appearance on the Breakfast Club and how he obliterated Angela Rye and told the black community that it was Kamala Harris that signed the tie-breaking vote that started the demise of our economy. Did you all
Wow.
not see that? He lit the place on fire, pulled out
Wow.
notes out of his jacket because nobody wanted to believe him. Angela Rye was having a heyday, puffing and huffing and puffing and so mad. He asked DJ Envy, he said, hey, you're in the housing business. Would you allow somebody who came in and tore up a lot of things inside one of your properties to fix the rest of your properties? Talking
Right.
about Kamala, who destroyed this economy, and now you're going to give her a chance to destroy it more. It was amazing. Byron Donalds has my vote for here into eternity. If you ask me, all of those viewers watching the Breakfast Club that day, I will say a good 25% of them
They got a
saw
shock.
straight through Kamala and changed over their vote. Also, we need to talk about that Bank of America disaster yesterday where all of
Oh
my
yeah.
accounts went to zero.
Oh
And
yep.
when I tell you, when that money went back into my account, I put half of my savings in Bitcoin because that was for me the test run of how they can just snatch
Oh
everybody
yeah. Yep.
in a split second. So we need to be paying attention to not only what's happening in this election, but what else is going on outside. We've got Iran that just hit a strike on Israel. We've got Russia now telling all of their citizens they better get the hell out of Israel right now. Because
Wow.
Iran would never strike Israel unless Russia and China were behind them. So, hey, P-Ray, happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday to you. Everybody
Hello. Happy birthday.
happy birthday to P. Ray. I love your t-shirt.
So there's so much going on right now outside of this debacle that we have coming up on November 5th. Look at what we've got going on in Ashcroft, North Carolina. We've got
Yep.
people now who are just have lost everything. We've got Pete Booty Judge, who's saying, no, you cannot fly your drones over this area because they don't want the world to see what's actually happened. The catastrophic situation that
Yep.
these Americans are dealing with right now. So if you have, someone who's head of transportation and so on and so forth saying, hey, you cannot fly your drones into this area and disrupt emergency federal services. They're not
doing shit. What federal services?
They're not providing any services. So we have right now an administration, they're up to something. And you had Mayorkas get on yesterday and said, we don't have another penny for FEMA. So
wow.
what is actually happening? What are they actually planning? There's got to be more to this. And he said another hurricane is coming. So we have to look through, forget this distraction. We know what the November 5th situation is. We've got all these other components that are just popping up, and that's not a coincidence.
At all.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Let me say this. I see a comment and I see a
She's about to go off.
I'm not gonna go off on this, but I did say that at the end I'm gonna open it up for them trolls. I did say that. But let me say this. Listen. Also on my area on the East Coast, there's a strike also with the ports.
A port strike,
you
yeah.
know?
Wow.
Yeah, support strike. But let me say this. I see a comment from Mark Johnson. He said this is his first time joining the show, and I would like to say welcome to the show. And it's up to people like us to wake our community up, because as for many of us, we know that waking up, it's not easy,
I had to wake up.
because because well, I had to wake up because you watching the news, and all the news is showing you the same thing. The media is showing you the same thing. So
Yep.
you come to believe that that they are telling the truth, but you don't realize that the tell lie vision is just programming your mind what
Yep.
to believe, right? So the wake up call for me was because I had already heard that the conservatives was all racist and prejudice and all
Oh
that other
Lord.
kind of stuff, right? But as a person that always helped my community, and y'all know I have a food bank, and I've been serving my community for over 2 decades. So anytime you do anything like that, you got to get to know your politicians and your government, right? So when Trump said in 2020, why don't y'all go and take back y'all community because they're not helping you anyway? That's what caught my attention. And he said, and I said, he's right. So that's when I started really listening to what he was saying, and a lot of it made a lot of sense to me, and it really helped open up, you know, my mindset to my thoughts and how it played a place into what I do for my community. So that's why I decided to run for Congress in the first place. And I can say that after becoming a part, working with the party, the GOP and stuff, especially on my end, and in Broward, working with so many different people. Every time I went to these clubs, everybody was very nice and cordial, and they always allowed me to speak. But when I was a Democrat and I went to those Democratic club parties, they had like maybe one or two people speaking, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it's like your voice didn't matter, or whatever you had
Mhm.
to say did not matter. But once again became involved in the parties here, then the conversation was always an open conversation. Lavern, would you like to be a part? Would you like to do this? Or how would you like to fit in? What part would you like to work with us on? All of that. And another thing, long as I was a Democrat, nobody had one fucking thing to say, not one word. I never got called a name. Nobody had a
Yep.
fucking thing to say. But soon as I changed my party in 2020, and people like you all, Leticia, Parade, Trevian, y'all know. 2020, when I changed my party, I got called so many names that,
Yep.
White
more
black
than the
people.
law should
Yep.
allow.
All by blacks or white.
Boom,
White.
the house nigga, Sambo, Uncle Tom, and the motherfuckers that call somebody Uncle Tom don't even know who in the fuck Uncle Tom was.
Right.
Because
Those
Uncle
white
Tom was
liberals.
somebody that helped the slaves.
Yep.
You know,
Uh,
he helped the slaves. He wasn't a snitch. He wasn't a sellout. But that's how they saw every black person as a snitch, as a sellout. But now in 2024, you have so many black people saying, hey, I'm not supporting Kamala. And
yeah.
for black men to put their face out there and say, hey, I'm not supporting Kamala, that's fucking huge.
I mean, there
That's
are
fucking huge, because a lot of us going to have family members that are angry
Yep.
and don't want to talk to you anymore
Yep.
because
Yep.
you decided to change your party. You know,
I'm
so
putting
this is really huge for any black person to make that call. But go ahead, Trevian.
video of the people that I talked to while registering them to vote, what they had to say. I finally got that video edited. That's coming out this weekend on Sunday. You'll be amazed at what people had to say about Kamala. It was really, I know that Kamala should not win this election. I say
Mm-mm.
that for the simple fact I saw what they did specifically in 2020, to where my life is on the line
Yeah.
because of what happened in 2020. So I'll let everyone watch this. You'll be amazed what people have to say, how they feel about it, and what they've actually realized. why there have woken up and to try and shake.
Well, not only that, she destroyed California when she was DA. She fought Trump not to push the First Step Act. So everybody who was locked up in California that's a
Yep.
minority, go on TikTok, go on Twitter, make a social media, and please remind everybody what Kamala did. She is not for black people. She is not for
No, she is
minorities.
not.
She pushed and pushed and pushed and fought Trump the whole time to block him from doing the First Step Act. She doesn't believe in prison reform. She locks up people for selling a nickel longer than she will for locking up somebody raping a 12-year-old girl. I can say that I'm from California. Kamala is a damn joke. Your kids' lives are on the line. Your grandkids' lives will be on the line if this lady steps into office, which she says, I'm going to do so much. Well, you ain't doing shit now and you're already in office. What
Hey,
what are you going to
So why
do?
would we get her again then? It
Exactly.
doesn't make any
but
sense. I think honestly, they did not expect for anybody to push back. We were just supposed to go along to get
Right?
along like we've
Yep.
normally been doing,
Yep.
complain quietly, but then get upset, or complain privately, but then publicly fully support. And that's just not who we are. Sorry about this smoke detector, y'all. I'm like a nomad broadcaster now. So where I am now has this
that's
smoke
okay.
detector.
We understand. We know
Um,
your place got burnt down,
yes,
so you
yes,
know.
it did. But with that being said, it's not working. So they just did a
Hmm.
poll out of New York, and they said 40% of the black people in New York support Trump. And
Yep.
I'm like,
I
if the
believe it.
poll says 40%, then it's
It's
really
probably
60,
60.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Probably
because
60.
they're not really polling us. We
Yep.
don't answer the phone. We're not those people. So if
Yeah.
they were able to capture 40%, that means that Trump has now won New York. We
Yep.
want the same polls in Chicago. I'm like,
Oh,
bring
sure.
the pollsters to Chicago and
Yep.
ask us. We are with it too. This, y'all, has caught on like wildfire
Oh,
in
yeah.
America. MAGA is bringing us together.
Yep.
MAGA is about to save this country. And I just appreciate everybody who had the self esteem to leave, because it's hard to leave the
Thank
Democratic
you.
station. They call me bed wenches and call my phone and call me all type of bitches.
Uh-uh.
I mean, you
Girl,
name it.
somebody called my business and tried to cuss me out. They must didn't like watch my show because you called me trying to cuss me out, bitch. I got you.
Right?
Exactly.
Specializing this.
But
I
my thing is,
specialize in get your ass together.
yes,
And
Yes.
then told me
and
they was coming to whoop my ass. Bitch, you are more than welcome to come and whoop my ass.
they not gonna do nothing. But
Oh,
now all
shit.
those people want to come and be with us, but
Yep.
they can't publicly do it because they've spoken against us so hard. So
Right.
y'all, we
True.
winning. Nobody
Yep.
wants the invasion to win.
Right.
Nobody wants the perverts to win.
Yep.
Like this, we're in the age of Aquarius. Hollywood's about to crumble. Y'all think
Oh,
Disney
Yeah.
is
yeah.
about to step?
Oh, whoops. Let's
No,
get
we
on
turning
Look,
on
that. Look.
everybody.
Yep.
And it's happening. Like the world that we want is before us. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I say count it all joy, think positive.
Yep.
We win it in real time. The people,
Yep.
even the trolls, like people, I'm not in spaces. People post this picture I got with the president. Look, this is her. She's a Trump supporter. Duh. Like you
Yep.
supposed to be shaming me. That era
Yeah.
is over. It's
Right.
played out. Roland Martin played out. D.L. Hughley
he
played
sure did
out.
because he
Yep.
almost got his
Terry
ass
Washington
whooped in
and the
Chicago.
scandal staff played out.
He
Yep.
All
almost
these
got his
people
ass.
played out
Wait
like
a
Jerry
minute.
Curls and Beepers. Like we
Did
Right.
not
you see
doing
that
that
clip of
no
Roland
more.
Martin?
And we moved on. And
Yeah,
it's
they
Did you see
posted
the
happening.
that
clip
on
of
I want
Twitter.
Roland
everybody
Martin
to
Yep.
got
be
his
alert.
ass whooped?
He was
He was
hiding. Yeah, he
talking
was
shit to
hiding
that
at the
boy, and that
dude.
boy
Yep.
saw him out there and
That
was
part.
giving it jack his ass. So he was trying to run and hide behind that
Yep.
girl.
I seen
Oh my God. But
somebody
listen,
posted that.
hold on a minute. Hold on. I want to address something. Okay, so we have a comment up here that from that manifesto motherfucker that said, and it's amazing how these people like to hide behind Joey face. And they said Tina Peters 9 years in Trevian would get the same. Trevian.
What? What is
I'm
he talking
sure
about?
mama will get the same. Okay. Don't worry about me. I am just fine. Worry about your mama. Um,
But But they ain't ready for black women.
They're not.
They ain't ready for black women.
I'm
And
gonna
we
make
gonna
us
let
some
them
sweaters,
have it
black
too.
mega bitches. I'm gonna make us some sweaters and send them all to you guys. Watch, black mega bitches. Watch
Man, look, at the end of the day, none of that matters. Like that
at all.
bullying, it does not matter. You can't bully us. Like,
At all.
bull, go sit down, find you some business.
It's
Be on
just white
real
liberals,
business. And it's
white
okay.
liberals.
They are
It's
some
okay. They're
motherfuckers.
used.
They want
I'm
to tell
sorry.
you how the fuck to think. You cannot tell us how to fucking think. We are very independent
Yep,
thinkers.
yep.
We don't need you to articulate shit for us. We comprehend very motherfucking well.
Right, right.
Okay?
They want everybody quietly controlled and comfortably tamed. Not today.
Not ever again. It's never
Yeah.
gonna go back to what it was.
And that's
Black
why they're so
America
afraid.
is, yeah, we are in full rebellion right now, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to do. So this is what I was trying to say earlier. I think all this stuff that's happening in Tennessee, North Carolina, all that is terrorism, because in warfare the first thing that you do is attack the infrastructure. So
Yep.
we let all these people come over that came here to literally get their lick back. And these are
Yep.
not regular people out of the
Mm,
farms and the
right.
villages. No, these are people who were trained, whose only intent was to come over here and
And
hurt
hurt.
us. So you got these well-trained engineers coming in with the people, looking all sad or whatever. They go to these spaces and then you attack the infrastructure. This is not the first flood that we're going to see. I mean, the last flood we're going to see.
Yeah.
They're going to
Yep.
continue to cause infrastructure failure. And then we have now seen that FEMA ran out of money. Y'all know why? Y'all know why FEMA ran out of money?
Why?
It's
Because Mayorkas and Kamala took the money from FEMA in order to pay for more flights to
And
get
more
people
tampons.
to sanctuary cities.
More
yeah.
tampons.
So they're flying illegals through the fucking airport. They do not have an ID. And they just letting these people through there. But
Yeah.
we can't go through there with no ID. When you go through there, they want you to take your damn shoes
Well,
off
I've been
your
through with
belt.
no ID.
Yeah.
I've been through with no ID. It's actually the biggest lick you could ever hit. Now, I'm not telling people don't take an ID, but if you don't have an ID, what they do is they walk you to the front, and then they call this number, and you give them your information, and then they ask you like these security questions, and then you get them right, and then they walk you back to the front, and then you go through. So you can like skip the whole line if you don't have an ID.
So you telling me? So you
Well, shit,
telling
I'm
me
not
that
bringing
these
my ID
illegals?
next time. I will skip the
You
line.
telling me that
Shit.
these illegals are going to come through and answer them motherfucking questions?
No, they
That's
can't.
what
That's
you
the
telling
thing.
me.
They cannot answer the
They
question.
Fuck, they gonna answer a goddamn question when these motherfuckers coming from the jungle. Some of them been staying in huts, elephants and shit, and they gonna answer a motherfucking question. Really?
You hear that
Crazy.
the port workers are going on strike because they said that they're tired of hearing the screaming coming out of the containers.
Mm.
Yep,
That's
they
why
said
we
that
need
they are
Trump
hearing
back.
screaming in the containers and
Yep.
they can't do it.
And that's embarrassing to tell America that. So you're just standing there continuing with your job while you hear all these innocent people screaming. I mean, that doesn't. What the hell is going on in this country? That's why we need Trump back. Bring back the
Yes.
death penalty. You got these pedophiles that have all this money and that they know people who can literally bring a child from across the damn country. This doesn't make any sense. Where are we at in America? If you're not voting for Trump, and you're voting for Kamala, you're just asking for it to be worse. These kids,
You
they're
know,
bringing
and
these
let
kids.
me say this too. I want to give a shout out to first of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's helping the people that are going through the hurricanes, going through these storms. And I want to give a shout out to Charlie Kirk that's out there talking to the young, confused, and fucked up generations.
Right.
I don't know where these motherfuckers came from. I really don't. But I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't do it. But I'm glad to say that him and Vivek are very good with talking to them. You know, even though they don't want to hear that shit because they mind just fucked up. You know, but I'm glad we got people out there that can handle that. So that's why it take all of us to make this thing happen and to do what we are doing. You know, because it took all of us to wake our people up and wake up the people that did not have a clue. You know, as to what was going on. Look at how many people took that fucking that.
COVID shot
Look at how many people
and the
took that shit.
booster.
Right. But y'all go to church every Sunday Y'all say y'all believe in God. God saying he gonna heal you in the 97 Psalm. So what the fuck you got to go get vaccinated for? Now they're saying that 20-year-old girls are showing up with stage 4 breast cancer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Stage 4 breast cancer. They
I
took that.
They
well,
took the. Yep.
Laverne, I still wanted to go back to wanting to talk about that. I think what is on the table right now are our First and Second Amendment rights under that Kamala administration. JD hit on that, I think, so hard, and that point that he made was so important. Really, what is at stake? They're all trying to censor us. They're coming at.
Yep.
You can remember, like I said, this is my fourth Twitter account. I've been suspended off Twitter 4 times. Okay, if we didn't have an Elon Musk, none of us would be able to say what we are free to say right now.
Yep.
We tell people to go fuck themselves
Yeah.
and feel good on Twitter today. You know what I'm saying? And it should be like that. There is no such thing as hate speech. There is only free speech. And that's what
Right.
we need to.
But see what they could. When, even though it's free speech, long as you talking about Trump, it's good. But when you got anything to say about her, what you telling the truth, then that's considered hate speech. When you talking about their ratchet asses.
100
Yep.
or Jews. Your First Amendment rights come under attack when you talk about Jewish people. And we all know that. I see so much happening right now, and nobody's willing to speak about it because they're worried about getting that X mark because they said something that's true. And we're looking at Candace Owens right now. We have people who love and adore Candace. You can't take jack shit from Candace. Candace is hardworking, probably one of the most hardest working people I know, and I know her personally. That girl did homework. You'll be hell bent to get into a debate with her. But because she said what she said about Israel, what is in our political system with our politicians, now she's, 86 with some people. We have to understand people should be able to say what they want to say. It can hurt your feelings, and that's too bad. Everybody in life has a story. Your story is not more important than anybody else's story. But we need to realize that if we don't protect our First Amendment rights, and that's all the way across the board, that's what we focus on, because when we can't protect ourselves by mouth and we can't protect ourselves by militia, we are in trouble. So that's what everybody to look at.
Kamala made it clear. She said if she get elected, she is coming after all the conservatives, after all the Magna, and that would include all of us up here on this stage and everybody else in that chat that's supporting. We will be under attack. So that's why it's so important that we make sure, that Hyena Harris does not get elected.
Even if they try to cheat, I don't think America's going to sit down like what happened in 2020. The whole world is crumbling right now. The United States is a freaking joke. I mean, the only way to defend our rights in the next election and to push Trump in there is we've got to physically protect what is ours, which is the United States of America. So they can push her to win and do this and that, but I honestly don't think that America is going to sit down lightly this time. There's too many illegals here soaking up our money, killing people. If you want the rest of the United States to look like California did when Kamala was a DA, I mean, come on. No, I honestly, if they think supposedly that, Trump had whatever happened at January 6th, no, there's not going to be, a bunch of clowns in tight shorts with the effing Trump hat this time. I don't see that happening. I honestly don't. They probably are going to try to push it and say, oh, well, she miraculously flipped this state after Trump won, and they'll start playing with the numbers like they do and all that stuff. But no, I honestly don't think America is going to sit down and allow this to happen. I mean, that it's not going to happen. There's too many people worried
in America that we know would no longer be. It would no longer stand. This country would be totally destroyed, because what we are seeing is the proof that they know that they do not care about we the people.
Well,
and that's the sad
people
part.
better stand
they
the
don't
F
give
up.
a fuck about us. We on our motherfucking own. But G, let me we coming up to 4 o'clock. So as I promise, let them trolls on in, and we the 4 o'clock women gonna answer they motherfucking question. Let it roll. Where them bitches there?
Well, like I said, we winning. For me, that's what I'm focused on. The fact that we winning, we still winning. We gonna take this all the way past the election. The
Yep.
perverts have failed. These are the misfits from high school, y'all. I mean,
Right?
and they almost won. They almost got it. But no, they're not gonna get it because we know that they are not serious people. Make bullying great again. We got to put these people back where we used to put them when we were children, which is
Yep.
away from everybody else. They don't get to
Exactly.
be in charge. They don't get to tell us what to do. They don't get to push their perversion
Yep.
and weirdo-ness on everybody and try to make us accept it. We don't want it, okay? We are not interested. And now they're going to find out. The rest of the world is going to find out. And the fact, again, that it's Black people saying this, y'all, like, we set world culture. We set the trend. So if you got all these Black people from everywhere saying now, man, I ain't never voting for the Democrats no more. We ain't with her. We don't know her. We don't want that Indian lady.
But okay, but we gonna look at this shit, right? For us, we gonna start back with Lyndon B. Johnson and the projects. That was a project for them to see what we actually put that Black man out of the home. They divided our fucking families,
Girl, ain't
Malcolm,
nobody put them men out them
Malcolm
houses.
X
I don't
tried to
believe that.
tell us.
I don't
Look at how
believe
many
that.
people tried to tell us. Malcolm X tried to tell us that the white liberal will
Yep.
always be the enemy of the Black man.
But they didn't put
Betty
them men out.
Shabazz tried to tell us.
You hear me?
Go
Y'all hear
ahead.
me? Yeah, yeah. I was saying that they didn't put the men out. There were no camps of homeless Black men across America who got put out of their government homes. They abdicated the responsibility of caring for their families to the U.S. government. Those Black women didn't give up their men for a piece of cheese. They didn't want those social workers in their houses. They didn't want to stand in line with stamps. They didn't want to pull
But they
stamps
had
out of
no
their
choice, but
purses.
that was part of the deal. They had to
Right, but
come to
that's what I'm
your house
saying.
and
If
check
their
it.
man was in place, though, if that man was there and he was paying the rent and he was buying the food, she wouldn't have even had to go have a conversation with the U.S. government. For me, the best thing that ever happened to my family is that the Chicago Housing Authority put my people out the projects. Because when they put my grandparents out the projects, they said, "Hey, y'all can't have two working people here no more." They said, "Okay, give us 30 days," and then they moved, and now I live in a house. You see what I'm saying? Like, and my grandparents weren't the only ones. We had Mr. Grant, Mr. Baldwin, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Weathersby, all these misters, all these sirs who were able to buy buildings for their people, for their families. So I think we need to focus more on those men, the men who stayed, rather than making excuses for the men who left. They did what they wanted to do. The government didn't make them do that.
And the
So
government does also have a plan, though. Go
Huh?
ahead.
G, what my trolls? What the trolls say? Bring them on in the room. Where they at? Put their comments up.
You
We're
know what?
ready for war.
Okay, so look, check this
Huh?
out. We got Jake from State Farm saying how many of y'all support Robinson. And if you're looking at the comments, Jake from State Farm been getting read by the people that are in here. They handled it a little lightweight. Thank y'all for handling our lightweight.
Ain't nobody studying him. But no, for real though. I think that for me, I hate trauma bonding. Okay, I hate trauma bonding. Nothing about that feels good to me, right? So I'm not. I don't host pity parties. I don't attend pity parties. If you tell me you got a problem, we're gonna come up with a solution, right? Because we don't have to keep on talking about that. If you get into that, there's no bottom to it, right? So you're gonna keep on going over and over. No, no, no. The solution is that if people don't want the government in their business, you have to work hard enough so that you don't have to depend on the government.
So
Period.
so so let me say this. Jake from State Farm, since you want to talk about Ma Robinson, what do you have to say about Kamala husband slapping the shit out of his ex-girlfriend?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Let's talk about his domestic violence month this month, too.
Yeah, domestic violence, and he was passing out ass whoopings.
October is Domestic Violence Month, Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
I think Mark Robinson is kind of out of the headlines right now. We got, I think more important things to worry about. Kamala Harris's ex-husband beating on his ex, whatever that crap is. I think
Yeah,
that we really should focus on what we're gonna do to make. And to your point, where you said, P. Ray, where you said 40% of Black people say they're not gonna vote for Kamala. If you look at that 40%, you have to go deeper and find. Black men say, "Oh, we ain't gonna mess with, we with Trump. We not." But are they ready to vote?
yeah,
That's the
true.
problem that we're running into. They say
Yep,
all of this on social media, which is why I tried to get out and focus directly on Black men. They say it publicly because that's the trend right now.
No, these were registered voters who were polled out
Okay,
of New
voters
York.
are polled, but see what's
Mhm.
on social media. We're seeing this mass, influx, but are they registered to vote? Like nobody is asking that question. No, we got 2 days left to get people. Actually, yeah, a day to get people registered who are not registered to vote before they cut off before that 30-day registration deadline hits. So it's is everybody still, going to the wall? Are we still trying to do everything that?
Okay, y'all. I said I was gonna open up to the trolls, right? We got a lot of background noise. But the only troll we really have is Jake. I don't know where the rest of them went to. I guess when I told them I was gonna open up the floor, maybe they wasn't ready.
right.
Because they know we always ready.
Stay ready.
We hood conservatives. We are always ready in season and out of motherfucking season. So the thing is, where they at?
They
Where they
left.
at?
Hiding,
They
hiding.
ran.
Where they at?
Well, I think they just got a little fed up with us, spitting the real facts, making them, trying to make them wake up to what it is that we're talking about, what we see, what's
Hmm.
actually going on for real, and not, still paying attention to, as you said, the Lyndon B. Johnson situation and the civil rights situation and the project situation. We're moving on. We're winning, and they
Yep,
don't
We
like it.
are winning.
We
We
are.
are winning. We got work to do, and we're not gonna give up. We're
yep,
not gonna give up. That's the
No,
key to doing anything in life is to be determined and not give up. We
yep,
got to stay focused. We got to work together as people to make sure that Trump gets elected. And
yep.
it's just
What did you guys
simple.
think about the Jack Smith dossier that dropped yesterday?
tell us more.
Yeah,
So Jack Smith, at the DOJ, that whole situation where the January 6th, the feds came and subpoenaed me to try and get me to testify against Trump with something to do with.
yeah.
Um, they dropped a dossier yesterday saying that Trump said, "Go ahead, let them return to crime to steal the 2020, reverse the 2020 election." That dossier dropped yesterday. You all should. It's semi-redacted, some of it. You guys should take a look at that. And timing on that was impeccable because J.D. Vance had just taken, the momentum from the vice presidential debate. And so that next morning,
Hey,
in
hold
perfect
up. Hey,
fashion,
Stacey
they
Washington. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hi, I was saying hi to Stacey Washington. I
Uh-oh.
see she's in here.
Hey, Stacy. Stacy
Is
on
that
the
Stacey on the right? Stacey, you want to come up, girl?
right.
No, you are, girl.
But yeah, they dropped it in perfect fashion. Everything is so calculated when it comes to politics.
They're
They
so afraid of Trump.
couldn't
They
allow
can do whatever the hell they want.
right. They couldn't allow that JD Vance situation to permeate because the momentum was too strong. They saw it was obvious that Tim Walz is the weaker candidate. And did that make Democrats, try to restructure on what their next move is as far as them trying to promote, because they can't promote on what's going on in North Carolina and Tennessee. They can't promote on the economy. They can't promote on the illegals. They can't promote on anything. They really have to restructure what their moves are right now. And that's the position
Shit.
I want them to
N-
be in.
I'm trying to bring Stacey in the room, y'all.
Hey,
Stacey,
Stacey.
I'm
Bring
trying to
her.
bring you in the room, girl. If y'all don't know, Stacey is a conservative. She also has a large show that's on X, and she's on iHeartMedia and different platforms. Please follow all, and Leticia also. Follow everybody here. For the ladies P Ray and also Trevian. Y'all make sure y'all follow them. G, can you bring Stacy up?
Yeah, I haven't seen Stacy in a while. I don't think I seen Stacy. That first story dropped on me December 2021. But yeah, I think that's the last time I think I talked to Stacy. You get her? But you guys didn't see that drop yesterday? Nobody saw
I
it.
didn't even I didn't even get off work till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I went in at about what 2:30. I didn't see
It
what
dropped yesterday morning. And
you
it
know
was
the,
Neil Cavuto on Fox was the one who dropped it on in the media. And they have all the pages of the redacted, dossier of how Trump said, let them riot and how he resorted to crime to, overturn the 2020 election. Like I
they're
said,
just in panic right now. They're in panic
they are.
because
Had to have
America is not falling for the bullshit anymore. These blue states are doing the most. In California, besides them giving food stamps to these illegals and trying to clean up when somebody comes to the state to make Gavin Newsom and these other clowns look half decent, that what they're doing in these blue states in the schools by letting pedophiles work there, not doing background checks, calling them minor attractive people are waking up. So it really doesn't matter if you're a parent and you are concerned of the safety of your kids, there's one person who's going to make that happen. And that is Donald Trump. So the media is going to keep throwing, Trump did this, he didn't pay that, he did this, he did pay his ass for being president. Then we could talk about his motherfucking taxes after, because I
or
don't give
back
a shit about anything
in
else. They can't prove it.
China. He
Everything about Kamala Harris
um,
is provable. Everything that they say about this woman is provable. She didn't do shit as DA in California. She didn't do
But
shit
fuck
as VP.
California up.
That's
That's
all
what
she did. That's all she did.
But
Everything they're trying
and
to say about Trump and Vance, don't nobody give a shit. Show us something. Tampon Tim, just worry about putting more tampon Pearl Plus in the bathroom. That's all you need to do. Worry about putting more tampons in there. You guys are not gonna win this time. You're not gonna be able.
and tampon Timmy need to leave them damn horses alone.
and
and
after
just
Trump and no
like we're in the middle of an invasion. That's it. All we're focused on right now is stopping the invasion.
that's
That's
it.
it. I don't care about what happened on January 6th. I don't care about no taxes. I don't care about how people manage their bedrooms. I don't want to be in nobody's panties. I don't want to know any of anybody's business, okay? We can worry about all of that on January 1st, 2025. We can
Right.
get back to those conversations. But right now, we got to make a choice to stop the invasion. Kamala, people don't even know her name. People are calling her Kamala, Camilla, Carmilla, Kamala,
No, we don't
Kamala.
know what the fuck it
They
is.
don't even know her name.
We
They're
don't even know
not
what the
taking
fuck
her
it is.
seriously. So we just got to stop talking about her. Period. Act like she don't exist. There's nothing to be said about her. All we saying right now is stop the invasion. That's it. No more. That's not helping anybody. But that's what they want to do. They want to bully you, keep you confused, keep
Yep.
you all like anxious.
Divide
No.
us. They want to divide us so
Yes.
we can't unite. They want to talk about BS so you can't stop for a second and think. If everybody would unite around the issue, like you're saying, the border. This is a safety issue. So it doesn't matter who you're backing. The safety issue is we need to close that. We need to close it. You should be concerned. The concern part should be the person that's saying that's they're going to do something in office is already in office. So that should tell you something right there. We didn't have these problems under Donald Trump. And that's why
No, we did
the
not.
the news is
And
is
like they
is
said, we gotta slaughter the whole cabal. Hey,
oh
hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Stacy, can you inbox me your email address? Answer, I got it. Okay, go ahead, y'all. And
yeah, you're
it's
right. They're trying to have us focus on little petty stuff. We need to focus on, hey, this is America and we have invaders coming in to kill our children, steal our property, steal our land. That is what's going on right now. You got people working 3 and 4 jobs just to survive because they live in a blue sanctuary state where there's no welfare for the tax people, no break on your insurance or food stamps or your housing, but you got everybody else coming here with all this stuff. They're ready. Everything's loaded up for them. Your
And
Visa
it's like,
card,
where did all this money come from? How are
the
people
damn
suffering all this
taxpayers,
time and now they
the
have all this money?
taxpayers.
Right now,
Exactly.
Chicago, I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. The city of Chicago has $1.8 billion for federal housing right now at the Chicago Housing Authority. And they've been
Wow.
doing it for over 20 years, okay? Pouring
California
it
What?
too.
out, pushing Chicagoans out to all these random places like Iowa and Wisconsin. Those people are hungry, okay? They want to come home and eat. They cannot
Yeah.
do that because CHA and the Democratic Party, they're playing with the money. But then they came up with all these solutions for the illegals, insurance for the illegals. One of my homies, he just went on Fox News last week. And he was talking about how he just got out of jail. He exonerated himself after 20 years being in jail, from 19 to 39. Now he's out. And he tried to get health insurance from the state of Illinois, and they told him he can't get a medical card. But
He
he
should have
kept
said he was non-binary. They would have gave his ass one so damn quick.
So look, y'all, we gotta take a bus. This one I'm thinking. This we gonna try. We gonna try. We gotta take a bus to the border and then walk to the
I'm
other side,
down.
and then we gonna walk in with everybody else and see what we can get.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
I'm so down. Let's go.
No, for real.
I'm ready. I am so ready. Let's do it.
Serious. Let's do it. And let's see. Let's see. I can dress and look like a bum.
Right?
Let's do it.
But they don't look like bums when they get here. They got money. They didn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely don't. They
They
got
do not look like bombs. They'll come in and designer everything.
They
Designer
are. Yep.
t-shirts.
Let's do
While
it.
people here can't afford to feed their fucking kids, but they giving them all the fucking money.
Can we do
And they're staying in luxury hotels in California.
That part.
Luxury hotels.
In Chicago as well. They were staying in Streeterville, downtown, in
Wow.
nice Chicago. They're living on Lakeshore Drive. One of my goals is to live on Lakeshore Drive, and I've been living and working my whole life.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
like,
under this administration. You won't be living there. Not under this administration.
no.
If y'all don't order with me, I'm going by myself.
No, I'm going. You guys get my contact information from Lavern. I'm down.
Let's do it. I'm so serious.
Drop me off in Chicago. You guys come over here to California. Newsom's gonna let's see what governor's gonna give us the most and put us in the most luxury hotel, because supposedly here in California there's no money for vets or for people that are working. But if you're not working and if you just got dropped off here, guess what? You're gonna be staying at is there a Trump hotel here? You'll probably be staying there, or you'll be staying. No, I'm just kidding. They'll put you up in the Hilton. They'll put you anywhere. But you go down to LA and Skid Row, and you got all the people that were born here on Skid Row, but all the people getting off the bus are being, being led, chauffeured in these nice vans to these hotels that cost $200, $300 per night. Like, what the blankety blank?
I'm gonna just
Hold on, y'all. Stacy, we sent you the link to get on. We sent you the link, but go ahead.
I'm gonna definitely have a gun on me. So
Not in California. They don't want you to carry here. They don't want you to carry because they want to shoot you without you being able to shoot back. Oh, the border, yeah.
You can't go down there with a bunch of criminals and not have a gun on you. So we've all talked about
We need some Navy SEALs to go with us, some ex-Navy SEAls and some snipers. So anybody want to volunteer, inbox Lavern. If you're an ex-Navy SEAL or a sniper, yes, we need to be escorted down to the border.
You know what? I got some people who follow me exactly that. I will reach out. Yeah. I'm serious because we've sat here and we've talked about it. We've seen snippets of film. I really want to see the
for yourself.
For myself.
Yeah.
Because Kamala went down there and took a picture, so she don't.
Finally, it took her 4 years to make it to the border. She's supposed to be the border czar.
We really should see so that.
Wait a minute, you guys. She comes from a middle class family, and everybody in the neighborhood had nice lawns. You guys, come on now. That's very important that she wants people to know. She's from a middle class family,
that goes
and come on, guys. She's gonna unburden what has been that she burdened by unburdening what has been. We are not burdening no more. That's what she says. We're gonna unburden
just like she would. That's exactly what She would
And,
explain it.
and
How
she's the one
about
who burdened
every
this shit
question?
for the
How
last
does
4 years.
every question that they ask Kamala start with,
I grew up.
well, my sister was, she was my sister, and my
Oh
auntie,
Lord
she
Jesus.
was my auntie, and all of us was family, and we just came together. She never answers the damn question.
My thing with her too is like she talked about how her mother was like an advocate for abortion and they push abortion, all this stuff. But then her sister had a baby when she was 17. And they didn't march her to an abortion clinic. No, they birthed that baby and they let that baby go. They just so weird to me, but because I try to rationalize her. So what I also rationalize is that one, she doesn't believe that for her own people. But two, the reason that she said that her mother raised them to be black women is because her mother could not raise them to be Indians
But she's
because the
Armenian, right?
Indians did not accept her. They, that caste is very exclusionary. They're like a high caste. So then here
Right.
come her mama with these little half, mulatto, half
Uh,
Jamaican mulatto children, and she's trying to bring them back to the Indians, and the Indians say, not them. We don't want them. So her mom had to create blackness for them to exist in because they couldn't do it as Indians.
hmm.
Stacy
Yeah.
said,
That must have been
y'all.
hard for her. That's crazy.
Hey,
Hi, Stacy. Welcome
Hey
to the
guys,
show,
Hello,
girl.
Stacy.
thanks for letting me in.
how are
So tell our listeners about you. I know you said you have a show nightly.
Yes, I host Stacy on the Right on Sirius XM. That's every night from 9 p.m. to midnight. But if you're not a subscriber over there, you can watch me on TV every day at 5 p.m. over on Salem News Channel. And we're on your television, like your Pluto channel, or if you have the Pluto app, you can just download our channel and watch us on there. And that's a TV side. It's still political. It's Stacy Washington now, but it's still Stacy on the Right content. And I'm Stacy on the Right here on Facebook. And I hate Kamala Harris.
Join the club.
Let me just say this. I'm Lavern Spicer, and I'm black, and I've been black all of my life, and I would not be voting for Kamala Harris.
Actually, I'm Stacy Washington, and I am not descended from slave owners like
me
Kamala.
either?
Yeah, just saying. I have not been. My family history does not include people who owned other people, which is fine. We're not going to blame people for their ancestry, but
Yeah.
I know who my ancestors are, and I claim them honestly. So the thing with Harris is she's incompetent. She makes black women look bad because
Oh yeah.
she's bad at her job. She's been bad at her job, and she got her first job by sleeping with a married man. Now, I don't know anybody that is successful, black, white, or anything else, that is a woman that I would consider to be a role model who's got their start that way. Now, even if we discount that, she's incompetent because she's been the vice president this whole time and she has done nothing to make this country better. She's just been sitting up, lying about Joe Biden's efficiency, lying about his cognitive abilities. And then we're supposed to be like, oh, she's black. Let me vote for her. If I
Right?
get one more email from somebody telling me I'm a traitor because I'm not voting for her because she's black, I don't vote based on race. I vote
Exactly.
based on qualifications. If you're good at your job like Trump was, then I'm going to
Right.
vote for you because I don't need to be Donald Trump's best friend, even though I met him a few times, took a picture with him a few times. I've been to Mar-a-Lago. He seems like a really nice man.
Right.
But even if he's not a nice man, he's a good president. And that's
Oh
what
yeah.
Right,
That part.
would
right.
vote.
Yep.
Okay, that's all that matters. And all this other stuff,
Facts.
like
Yep.
the little troll who was in there trying to talk about Mark Robinson, that's another man who, whether or not the allegations against him are true, because I would say, why didn't they bring that out when he first became lieutenant governor? Why are they waiting until September of 2024 when he's
Yeah,
about to
because
become
that
governor?
happened in the 80s.
Bring it
That was
up,
something
right?
that happened
Who
supposedly in the
cares?
80s.
Who cares? And then if you're one of those people who wants to talk about Melania, first let me talk to your wife.
Right.
Okay, let me talk to your wife, Jake from State Farm. Oh, you're not married? Let me talk to your mom. Let me find out what kind of a man you are before you start talking about Melania Trump. Because all marriages are like their own universe. Whatever is going on inside is none of your business unless you want to talk to us about your life. Like I would love to know, is Jake from State Farm, is he married?
Well, this is the thing. See, listen. For everybody that's out here, everybody knows exactly who we are. We already stated our names. But when these trolls come, they always on the fake ass picture,
Yep.
on the fake ass name. We don't know who they are. So to me, like I'm gonna tell them, like I told that last one that I called, that was on my show. So far as I'm concerned, he could go sit in the corner with his big girl motherfucking drawers on and suck his thumb. Cause your shit don't count to us when you gonna show your face and tell who in the hell you are. Your
Yeah.
comments
Because
just
treat
don't
these
count.
people
Because
like they're
everybody up here is
monkeys.
not hiding. We not hiding. You know,
These
our
are
face out there, our name is out there. We already said we're not voting for no damn Kamala. We already said we are supporting Trump when we support, you know, the people that are supporting us, you
Yep.
know, and the people that are supporting the American people that are fighting for this country, that want to make this place a great place for us and want to put the American people first, the taxpayers, and not those illegals that are coming over here that have not been vetted, and we don't know who in the hell they are. Okay?
these people are monkeys in a basement using AI to communicate. Don't give them
Exactly.
any energy. These are not real people. Because if you were a real person, you would be trying to get away from Kamala and the progressives and the
Yep.
socialists as quickly as you can. You would be paying more for food. You would be paying more for gas. Your safety would be compromised by the invasion and the people that we do not, that have not been vetted, right? So if
Yep.
you are not really truly concerned about that, you're not a real person. These
Well,
are
wait a
not
minute
real
now. Wait
people.
a minute. So our anonymous poster, Jake from State Farm, says that we're selling out. But
That's fine.
as I understand it, everybody on this screen supports Black life. We believe that when a baby is conceived, that that baby now has a destiny. No matter what the mom or the dad might think, God has ordained that tiny little person for a purpose. And Jake from State
Exactly.
Farm is, I just talked about Mark Robinson. He's up here talking about we're selling out. You know what the biggest sellout in the world is? For any Black person to support the elimination of a huge percentage of Black Americans through abortion, which was created by Margaret Sanger as a way to erase Blacks from this planet. She didn't want Black people in America. She said Blacks and people who have special needs were human weeds. So when Jake says, you know, we're selling out. Yeah, you know what? I am sold out. I'm sold out for Jesus Christ. I'm sold out for unborn
Thank
babies.
you.
I'm sold out
Amen.
for saving every single
Amen.
unborn Black life. Also,
Amen.
the Black lives of people who are wrongly incarcerated, the lives of the Black people who are being killed by illegal aliens. I'm here for the 300,000 children, migrant children who've been lost by DHS in
Yep.
America, many of them working in chicken processing plants and being sold into sexual slavery. I'm here to end the rape trees. I'm sold
Yep.
out for absolutely having every single human being serve their purpose and not be a sexual slave or be
Thank
raped.
you.
This man is weak because he supports the elimination of Black people through abortion, right? And he also supports sex trafficking because that is the Democrat Party's new jam. He
Yep.
supports all of that, but he's worried about Mark Robinson possibly accessing porn. I mean, talk to me about
And
what's
then he
worse.
said something about what did he say? If we lived in North Carolina, then maybe Mark Robinson would be a bigger topic. Guess what, happy motherfucker? I'm from North Carolina. So now what? So now what? We don't give a shit about that. But what I am
Irrelevant.
concerned and what pisses me off on another level is when I'm watching social media videos and you have these drag queens and then you have the little girl that's dancing with the drag queens and they throwing money. When
Mm-hmm.
did that behavior become acceptable? And then
Yep.
you have people there cheering them on. What the hell is wrong in America?
It's
Yep.
the mama and the daddy. Before we can talk
Children.
about any of the trans, before we can talk about any of the alphabet mafia, those children have a mama and a daddy. And whoever is keeping that child allowed that child to go up there on that stage and participate in that filth. We have a parenting problem right now. People are too thirsty to get attention and they sometimes exploit their children to do it. I think that we got to figure out a way to criminalize this behavior because, like, even for instance, Lord rest her soul. But when I was a little girl, I've been an R. Kelly fan my whole life. Okay, R. Kelly super fan. I'm from Chicago. He is the conductor of our lives. So when Aaliyah first came out, I was in first grade. I was about 7 years old. And I remember R. Kelly and Aaliyah have one duet, okay? And that duet is My Body's Calling remix. And in that remix, she says, My body's calling for you what you want to do. You want to eat it, you want to taste it, And my 7-year-old self, I was offended, okay? I was outraged that this girl was singing this fast girl song, this sex song with this grown man, right? I knew that it was wrong. But her mama heard that song, her daddy heard that song, her grandma, her aunties, her uncles,
Everybody.
everybody heard it.
Everybody
So
heard that song.
everybody heard it before it got to me at 7 years old, right? Because this was a child. She was a teenage singer. Or even I remember there was a show called All That on Nickelodeon. Yes.
Oh yeah.
They had the musical guest. So I remember Aaliyah was the musical guest, and she was up there singing AJ Number the Number. And again, I was flabbergasted at 7 years old. Like, why is she singing this nasty song on Nickelodeon? But again, all the grown people heard it. So we got to figure out how to deal with the parenting issue before we start talking about any of them, because the devil exists. Our job as parents is to be that gatekeeper and keep demons and bad people away from our children. And if we're not doing that, we can't blame them for being who they are. That
Well,
population cannot reproduce. So they must recruit. And they have to start recruiting with the children, because that's the only way that they're going to grow. We in charge of stopping that from going or coming. But we don't do that because we want to be socially correct.
Thank
And I
you.
don't like that.
Well,
okay,
but
I'm
it
from
is
North
a
Carolina, right? So the way I came up, and my mama, my family would have caught me singing a song like that, and I'm 7 years old, they would have slapped me right in my mouth. And you know what they used to say back then? Go sit your ass down, you little fast ass girl. Y'all know how them grandmothers was. They
Yes.
didn't play with us. They did
Fast
not play
girl
with
music, though.
Yeah.
and
And
we
that's
knew
the
how to
thing.
be respectful because we was taught to be respectful.
Yeah. For the
So
for the
then,
bad
are we dealing
parents,
with a
we have to have
self-esteem
what you
issue?
just said. We have to have what you just said, which is accountability for parents who are allowing their children to be exposed to this stuff. But it starts at the entry point. They didn't get to sexually soliciting children without first changing the law in some of the
Yep.
states back in the
Yep.
70s, and then putting that content under the guise of education into the
Mm-hmm.
schools. And it was the moms and dads back then who should have been saying, "No, not in my kid's school. You bring it here and I'll take it home and I'll burn it down. I'll put it on fire right out here in the parking lot. If I get
Yep.
arrested, so be it." That's the way dads used to be. You think about challenging a man's child, going after their child sexually. A man would take you out back then. Nowadays, everybody's all wimped up
Yeah,
and
they didn't play
scared to
that.
do anything.
They
They
did
don't
not
want to say
play
anything.
that.
They don't want to get canceled. Well, the whole idea here is we cancel them because they're
Exactly.
evil. They're actually
Yep.
stealing the innocence of our children, turning
Yep.
children against their parents, and then robbing us of our grandkids by transitioning these children with hormones,
Yep.
sterilizing them. The same drugs we use to sterilize
Yep.
pedophiles, they're using on these kids. So I'll just tell you, I don't have patience for the people who are sitting around while this is going on, and people who want to talk about Mark Robinson's private surfing history, which we
That's
don't
Jake.
know if that is
That's
true.
Jake.
We
That
don't
was Jake.
know if it's true. So why
And
would
grown
we waste
men.
time talking about something
But
we don't
but
even know
but
it's true?
Stacy, grown men look at titties and booties. Yes, they do. That's what they enjoy.
I
Okay,
don't care. I
nobody
really don't care what
cares.
he's doing. He is married, actually. I met his wife, and he and his wife I met for the first time about a year and a half ago. You never know what couples allow in their marriage. That's not my business. I
Yeah.
don't care what he looks at online. If he's not breaking the law, that's fine. What is his nickname on there? Who cares? I don't care what his online nickname is. I do care that he's out there right now gathering up supplies to help the people in his state who have been hit by this hurricane. And Kamala Harris gave all of our federal tax money to Ukraine and to illegal aliens. So that's why
Yep.
we don't have the FEMA response that we're supposed to have. But these are the adult conversations because
Right.
from State Farm, whatever his name is, he's not a grown man. Because
Let me say this.
finances.
Let me say this.
What our money is doing.
So
Free names.
listen up. Jake said he put out a tweet and he said any liberal followers jump into Laverne Spicer shit show podcast and spam the shit out of her.
Well, we do talk about
Well, where they at? Shit. Well, they ain't jumping in
They
yet.
don't
What
want
the fuck? Where are
none.
they?
This ain't
Where
a
are
regular
they?
show. They don't want none. They
Where
ain't
they
ready.
at?
we
They're
need
not
to
ready.
They'll give you more engagement for you, Laverne, but I'm tired of these child conversations about screen names, about the pronunciation of Kamala's name. I'm tired of talking about this bull instead of
Yeah.
talking
Right.
about what's really going on. Because if
Right.
your child has been transitioned and they took those hormones and they've been sterilized and then they turn 18 and all of a sudden they don't have gender dysmorphia anymore,
Yep.
now we're talking about kids who might commit suicide. Parents are thinking about committing suicide for what they've done to their kids right now. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people who have taken these hormone blockers. The detransition/R on Reddit, it is a nightmare. Go on there. I dare Jake from State Farm to go on that detransition R on Reddit and read those stories and then come back here with this petty nonsense that he keeps talking about in the comments. I hope his friends do come over here so they can get some truth, because what they
Yeah,
need
they gonna
to
get
do
more than the truth,
is man
Stacy.
up. Man up, Jake from State Farm. Start talking about
They
some real
gonna get
shit.
more than the truth, Stacy.
Man
And
up.
and you know, in California, that's the laws that they push. The governor this term and
We
his
still
previous
talking
term.
about Mar, man. We finished with Mar.
I
That's
know.
all you
Yeah,
got.
you know, the transitioning thing, like you're talking about, in this blue state here in California, your 12-year-old can go into the counselor's office and say that they want to start transitioning. So the state has made it legal now that they have more rights to their body than the parent does. So all this, like you're saying, all this other ridiculous topics, we need to start paying attention to these laws that are being passed, because we're, like you're saying, we're not going to be able to have children anymore because they're changing their bodies, and they made it legal. They've passed the laws here that if you step into your counselor's office in California and you want to share your secret of transitioning with them, they cannot tell your parents that you are now on the puberty blockers. You can't, you know, none of that. And if your parent finds out, then the state can legally hide you in a place that's called I think it's called La Casa or something like that. The Casa, they're hiding these kids from the parents. There's been 6 big lawsuits in this state allowing minors to transition. They were on puberty blockers for the longest time. Wake up, America. Nobody gives a shit if Kamala was born in a middle class, or if Trump supposedly didn't pay his taxes. Pay attention to your state laws. See who's teaching your kids. Who is allowed in the girls' bathroom in these states, in the girls' locker
Absolutely.
room? How are they protecting
Absolutely.
disabled children?
This is evil.
What
That is
in the
pure
hell?
evil.
You can Google the lawsuits right now going in California. The parents are trying to fight back. The laws are being changed that they don't have control over their children's body anymore. The child now has more rights to their body if they want to change it than the parents do. And it's like, how do we get to this point
But
in
they can't get your ears pierced without the
2024?
parents' permission. So
Or
you know
buy
that's the
cigarettes.
law. You cannot get your ears pierced, but you can go on gender and puberty blockers.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
The ear
And
piercing
this
is not
governor
permanent,
welcomes you here.
but the gender blockers are permanent. That is literally a
Yes.
permanent change that you
A
can't
lot of
undo.
people
Once
don't
you
know.
grow an Adam's
Mhm.
apple and get
Yep.
your jaw, you have that strong man jawline, you have the lowering of your voice, the elimination of your ovaries, being able to produce eggs, and then all of a sudden, one day you wake up and you don't feel like a man anymore, and your
Yeah.
body has been chemically and physically altered. And then
My God.
on top of that, so
Like
there's
say,
some
you gonna
lawsuits
come on the
going
show, you can at least say hello, being you
But-
in the camera.
but it's
You
it's
are.
wrong.
Everybody
It's
see you.
wrong.
I got 3,000 people here watching.
Okay, tell everybody.
I got over 3,000 people
Look
here
at the
watching.
first husband.
What is he doing?
Hey.
So,
Yeah, I think that's it.
no,
Oh, my
talk
goodness.
about how Melania came out today against the
When she
Republican
on that show, she can't cook.
for abortion.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Melania departed from the Republican Party on abortion today.
I
Tell
saw
the
it.
Republican Party that they need to reconsider with. And people are saying that maybe it could be strategic so that it can offset where Republicans are, that Melania stepped out. But Melania is very present about body and women's body. So I do not think that this is a calculated move. But she came out today and said, hey, I'm for abortion, and the party needs to realize that they need to consider how they deal with this. Which
Well, look at this. Look at this situation. Say you have a 15-year-old that is disabled. She's in public school. She doesn't have a one-on-one, or there's no aid because the schools are failing here in California. So if her teacher rapes her and gets her pregnant, and maybe she's blind or she just is nonverbal, there are certain situations that I do agree you shouldn't have to legally, and there's some states that'll make you co-parent with your rapist, and that's if the DA in that state even puts your rapist away, because here in California they're called minor attractive person. So let's just say in certain situations you have a disabled minor who is forcefully raped, and then they have a kid, you know.
But
I
that's less than
But
point
no, so in Illinois,
of all abortion cases.
Mhm.
That's less than 1%.
Yeah.
People who are
and it,
abortions, it's less than 1%. So
and
I agree that there can be instances. Even Trump said, yes, there can be.
yeah.
It's not, in totality. But as it stands right now, Black people have killed over 50 million Black
Wow, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's
listen,
They got
y'all. Listen, guys. We got to close out. So I'm gonna give like the last 5 minutes for y'all to let everybody know where y'all are, how they can follow y'all. But I want to say this, and before we close, our military has become such a joke with the people that Biden has in office, like that big general that look like Mrs. Doubtfire with that old ass dress on no grandma
Oh my God.
so, I mean, really, who is gonna be afraid of us? We have become the laughing stock of the world with those people, and especially that bald-headed cross-dressing one that they have in office also that was part of their military hire. This thing is a total joke. But anyway, in closing, Trevian, tell everybody how to find you and everything. We're gonna shut this down.
So, Lavern, again, thank you for having me. You can find me on X at Trevian. That's Trevian. I will let you know today and tomorrow are the last days that you can register people to vote before the registration line expires. Please, if it's just one person in your, go to a grocery store. Most states allow online registration. You can work with one person in the grocery store who's not married. Knock on back in the back of the warehouse in the grocery store. Make sure all of those people who work 12 hours a day are registered to vote. Please, we've got 48 hours before the registration deadline expires. I will let everybody know. Get out, vote early, vote in person. That starts October 5th. Wherever you can in your state, get out, bring somebody with you. This election is crucial. Trump must win. Trump 2024. Let's go.
Okay. P. Ray, go ahead.
Again, I'm Chicago Red. We are here doing the work of the people, turning the state red, the country red. Know that MAGA cannot be racist because Black people, the American Negro, we are American people. We are as American as sweet potato pie, and everything from sea to shining sea is for us and us first. We know that Make America Great means to make us better, ourselves, our families, our neighbors, our communities. So we deserve to make our country better, and we're going to do that by putting Donald Trump back in office, and we're going to do that through Black America, the American Negro. If they're talking about migrants, immigrants, they're saying, not you, American Negro, and we want people that are going to talk about us, and that's the America First, Make America Great Again movement. You can follow me on X at Chicago Red P. Now I've been like search banned, gotta like press it and then like do some clicking, but definitely follow me as well as tune into Black Excellence Hour on Facebook Sundays at 7 p.m. We have a ball. The show is so hot that the Democratic Party paid us to get off the air, or paid the station to put us off the air, because we have flipped the city. Chicago is going red. Pass it on. Thank y'all.
Wow. Wow.
I love it.
Leticia?
Yes, you can find me on X at LETICIA 639-96798, or go to my Rumble channel, The Perkins Report.
Okay, Stacy?
All right, every night, 9 p.m. to midnight, SiriusXM Patriot Channel. I am literally ripping people's throats out when they come incorrectly to the program with their nonsense. Like our good friend here, Jake from State Farm, he would have been served up nicely for the main course. myself, because I would have let him talk himself into oblivion and then taught him a few things. I'm still available to you, sir. 866-95-PATRIOT. Call in tonight and we'll get into some of these problems. I'm also on television on Salem News Channel at 5 p.m. East every day. And then I'm on X at Stacy on the Right. I'm on all of the social media channels, Stacy on the Right. And my nickname is Just Somebody's Mom on the radio, but I am not here for your crap. I'm here to save lives and to deliver people into the true knowledge of Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. And if you don't want that, the truth will do. But you'll get all of that from me every single night. It's 20 hours of work I put in a week on the air, and then numerous interviews everywhere else, lots of preparation. I'm serious about this. We have a country that it's our heritage. You mentioned that if they're talking about migrants, they're not talking about us. We've been here since day one. The first SEAL Team 6 mission was led by a Black man. That was to steal a general from the British Army to trade for one of our generals. So if you know your history, you know we are a part of this country from day one, and we have every right to demand that our taxpayer dollars go to help us and not migrants under the replacement theory that the Democrats are executing. So, vote. Get somebody to go with you to vote and tell them the truth about why you're voting for President Trump. And if you're not voting for him, then you really need a re-education, which is why I'm working so hard. And you can tune in tonight and I'll give it to you.
Okay, y'all. I'm Lavern Spicer, and I want to thank all my hoodies for coming in the room today. Give yourself a hand clap because you're doing the most to really help save your country. It's nothing like a great team of Black women right here working together. And Jake, we would love to feed you a nice State Farm ass whooping from all of us. Okay? Maybe next time look and let you know how we really get down. Because you call your trolls, but then nobody show up, bro, because they didn't want none. They don't want none. Okay. So I'm gonna say peace out, love, and happiness. Thank you, girls, ladies, for coming on. Y'all have a great day. Everybody be blessed.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thursday at 3 next week, same place, same time.
All right.